we're back. Our mics are on.
Thanks.
I don't know what screen I'm supposed to be going on. Interesting. We'll see. It's like, I hope it's the right one. All right. Hey, it's your girl X-Split. That would be a cute name, actually.
X-Split. That sound raunchy.
I mean, like for an OnlyFans page. Yeah.
Right.
That'd be a cute
X-Split sit.
Explicit. X-Split sit. And you just do splits and sit down and look cute. That would be cute.
Splits and sit down on what?
On various things. It's OnlyFans.
We're not doing this.
I need to go bless somebody with that marketing plan on Twitter. Let me go find somebody who posts lewd and tell them. But anyway, welcome to Otaku Talk. Hey, Rashawn. Hey, Two Chopsticks. For some reason, I need to stop playing and go over here. I'm trying not to say it out loud. But how was your week, Twan? What's up?
My week was actually really fun. We had a Halloween contest at my job.
Yes.
And I was Daenerys Targaryen. I was supposed to be Daemon Targaryen, but I couldn't get the costume in time, so I just completely flipped the script, and I was like, I'm gonna just be Daenerys.
She said, "Did you win?" Not I was supposed to be Daemon.
Hey, I was cheated.
Oh.
Okay, I was cheated.
Damn.
There was a tie for the judges. I mean, but American Express, if you watching, you know I ain't lying. There's a bunch of white folks that be judging.
Okay.
And I went up there and I gave the whole fantasy. Like I had my hands clasped in front of me, and I walked down the aisle. There's a projector broadcasting the feed to the virtual reps, and I knew it was behind me. So when I got to the middle of the thing, I did a little swift turn, and I turned back around. I walked right back up. Gave my little speech, and because the commentator this is first time, his name is Sean. It was his first time hosting the town hall of a costume contest or whatever, and he was kind of doing it like a ball. So that's all I needed to hear. Everybody else was not understanding what he was doing, but I went up there and I gave the judges a little face.
That's so funny.
It was really cute.
So who beat you?
Won. I hands down should have won. This guy named Marcus. He's really popular at work. You know, he's a really funny guy, and he had this fraud costume on, like scam likely, like an iPhone call, and it said scam likely, and he had a ski mask on that said fraud, which I mean is cute because we work, you know,
I guess
with a lot of credit. I get right. It's like work related,
but it's like
okay,
I guess. Yeah.
That wasn't a prerequisite.
I know they didn't say like uniqueness or like
it was like
original creations.
The illusion. It was like the illusion, the humor, XYZ, blah blah whatever. I gave all of that. Okay, definitely the illusion. Okay, I might not be a Blizzard demon, but
I was like, they probably just, you know what I'm saying? They just couldn't see it. You know what I mean? They couldn't see the vision.
I mean, I guess.
Hey, Shy Cutie.
Everybody came up to me after and was like, you should have won, you should have won, you should have won, you should have won.
I hate that. Don't do that.
I know.
For me, I just be like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm be funny like that sometimes. So we're not gonna comment on it. But well, that's good.
Shy Cutie.
I know she was over there on the YouTube side, and then she came back. She said, I mean, I guess because everybody do that. It's like, okay, so I clearly got robbed, and it doesn't. I just be like, it doesn't make me feel better. That actually like makes me feel worse. Everybody. Oh, not a spider.
Oh, that you lost.
Yeah, like I don't know. I hate stuff like that because you be like, okay, now I'm really feeling like I got cheated. So Spartacus is down here, and the spider was crawling up. Some Spartacus, the little cat down here, and I almost slapped my computer screen because I just saw it out the corner of my eye, and I like thought a spider was.
What, the little jumping spiders?
It looked like a little spider. He has his little Halloween treat bag and stuff like that. Hey, hubby, I think I saw Shoryuken in here. Him and Shy got the same color names.
What's up, you guys?
Yeah, so I was missing it. But yeah, I almost slapped my screen. But we're gonna kind of get into it because we gotta kind of talk about some of these shows before we get into our topic of the day.
Yes.
We gotta talk about what Bleach came out on this past Monday, and then Chainsaw Man on Tuesday. And there's so much other stuff coming out, but we just gonna focus on these two.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna focus on these two. So which one you want to do first?
Let's do Chainsaw Man just because I just rewatched that zombie fight.
Okay. I just want to.
So,
I'm not gonna ask you. So, what did you think of Chainsaw Man? And then, like, did you read the manga? Do you know at least the base story? Because I don't know anything about it.
I mean, I knew a little bit about it before we got into it. Remember when we was talking about? I think we did a show where I think you originally was saying that you didn't read the manga. You going into completely blind. You putting yourself into. And you said something about you heard. I can't remember if you said it was scary or it was gory or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a little gory. Yeah.
I was just keeping my mouth shut because I know at least where the extent of their dramatics is gonna go when it comes to the violence.
Oh no!
So,
am I gonna be able to hang on?
That, though.
Am I gonna be able to hang on? Am I gonna be able to stay?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm a little nervous. Because I'm gonna tell you that first episode really was like, okay, like, and that was the first episode, so I was just kind of like, but it's a show called Chainsaw Man, so.
I mean, the man has 3 chainsaws on his person that is just ripping through everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you would think that concept would be such a headache to animate consistently, you know? I
mean, you would have to use, that's why I feel like this couldn't have been made until modern times. I mean, maybe they could have pulled it out.
Hand drawn everything.
Yeah, I mean, they could have maybe pulled it out, but I feel like it would have just been like a lot of cuts from the fights and like not as many, you know what I'm saying? Like ways they got around having to animate all that. It definitely would have been able to get the treatment that this episode got.
Yeah,
for sure.
It definitely got some attention. It got some love and care into this project because the way they animate a lot of this stuff is just ridiculous. I was skipping through the episode before we got on, and it was just so many. Anytime my cursor dropped on any kind of random mark, it was a beautiful shot. Like it skipped around to one of the most gut wrenching scenes when the kid's dad died. When Denji's dad, it's Denji, right?
Dingy, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like
I was like
dingy. Yeah, he's dingy.
He definitely dingy. But his dad just died, and he was a kid just standing there emotionless in front of his grave, and then it was a shot of him, his profile, and then the Yakuza guy in the car, and he was telling them, if you don't pay us back, we're gonna chop your body up in little pieces, and then just drove off. I was like, Jesus Christ, that was number one gut wrenching, but that scene, that little image was such a good shot.
Yeah,
there's so many of those. And
yeah, the little flag. I mean, I was saying that when I was reviewing it, like it did remind me a lot of how Cyberpunk Edge Runners kind of gave you, I mean, a little less brutal, I guess, a little less. But David's backstory, kind of like how he was just, it was struggle life, just struggle life. Ooh. It reminded me of that a lot. How
this is the era of struggle of anime apparently, because that intro is too much. Like you sold your eye, you sold your testicle, you sold your kidney, and you stealing the whole $38 million.
That's like
$38 million.
I feel like that's like a real thing too, which makes it even more sad. Like this probably isn't just made up for like a show. Like there are people out here who have to sell body parts if they owe those kind of debts or had them take. Like that's crazy. Like
I mean, especially the Yakuza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Selling body parts.
When he said he stole one of his nuts, I was like,
oh, I fell out.
That's a new level of desperation. It was clocked for me. And just even him dreaming about jam toast, like that's sad.
Not even peanut butter. Just that's all he wants in life is a girlfriend and some jam on his toast. And I want to provide that for him so bad. I can't wait till the first time he gets to put jam on his toast, which will probably be next episode.
I hope so. But it's sad though. You just be like, dang, like you down pretty bad at that point. Like that's beyond, like that's so sad. Why are his teeth sharp? Is that something we gonna find out later? Is that a stylistic?
But wasn't the girl's teeth sharp too, or am I making that up?
I don't
that he meant
maybe her teeth are sharp
because because he's just a human. He wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't.
So that must. I don't know if that's just a stylistic choice because I'm looking at it now. He's screaming as he's getting stabbed in the back.
Yeah, like other people didn't have. Is that how they draw like badly maintained teeth or something? Maybe.
I guess because it looks like the back of his teeth, well, you know, where your normal teeth are flat. It looks like those are flat and just like front 7, and then the bottom like I don't know. It looks like are sharp.
Like maybe it's like the decay
for him.
Yeah,
that could be it. That could be it because he's so poor.
Yeah,
he probably doesn't get to take care of his teeth like that. So that could be like that's their idea of like his chipped teeth or something.
But it reminds me of, isn't his name Shinji or something? Shinji, the fire anime.
From
his teeth are like that.
Fire Force. Yeah.
He said it gives the joke.
It bothers me. It unsettles me. It makes me little off a little bit because I don't get it. I don't know why. Unless
shaved teeth are a thing, some like kind of Japanese like cultural thing that we don't really know about.
Definitely a thing.
Yeah.
That could be just that he probably chose to do that.
Maybe he has like shaved teeth.
You know people that get their tongue split and they tattoo their eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm like, is it because, you know, like even Yakuza have like a lot of body tattoos and they do a lot of like body modification kind of stuff. So I'm like wondering if shaved teeth are like some kind of body modification that we just don't have context for. So I'm thinking it could be that. He said
they haven't explained it this first episode, but they could. Maybe somebody could just straight up ask him in the show, like, "Well, how are your teeth sharp?"
I hope so. It wasn't that strange, but I just be noticing little details and stuff like that. So it was just kind of interesting. My husband said, "Gives a joke. I would sell my left nut a little more context." I mean, that's a tough life.
You have a frame of reference for it now.
Yeah, I mean that's just sad. Like, but what about so the highlight of the episode, Pochita. So
sweet
cute
little chainsaw demon.
The cutest little devil I probably would have thought. And of course it's like when I first saw him I was like scared because as an anime watcher, if they give us something really cute, I'd just be like, they're gonna use that to rip my heart into shreds. Like that's my relationship with anime now. Like if you're like, oh, I'm giving you this real cute character, like I just feel like it's always a trap.
You just know, especially when the tone is what it is, you know?
Right. But I mean,
it's not like it was Sunshine and Rainbows from the beginning.
I'm curious to know if we will see Pochita again. But when he talked, his voice was so cute. It reminded me of Rimuru, whatever, on slime, when in his slime form. Like in Japanese.
Oh yeah, when he started talking for the first time, that shook me a little bit.
But I think it was in his mind. I think it was because they were like, he was in his mind, where they were talking spirit to spirit.
So you don't think he can like talk outside of, like if he was to regain his form, you don't think he'll be able to like talk like that in real life?
Well, I think if he does regain his form, because they're fused now, maybe. But before, like on the first episode, when he was still a human and he was a devil, I don't think that he could talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, he made it seem as if he was always coherent of what he was saying, though. Like he was fully processing everything that he was saying and how he's taking care of it and everything. And it almost felt like he thought it was kind of amusing.
Yeah.
Like hearing his, not like in a bad way, like laughing at your dreams, bitch, but
it's like,
it was like
fascinating.
he enjoyed hearing him talking about his aspirations and stuff like that.
Human desire. Really nice. I think he really just wanted jam toast too, right?
I mean, it's the way this man talking about jam toast, I want some too.
He's like,
I gotta be that good. Is that your only desire?
You be like, you can't die yet. We got to get this jam toast and this girlfriend.
All this money in the world that we can get, and you is focused on jam toast. No steak, you know.
Yeah.
No Kobe beef.
Just jam toast. Like it's definitely do it. He said this show calls back to Parasite. That's for sure. You can see it. Have you watched Parasite?
I miss Migi so much.
I was like, we talking about the movie or the anime? Because I love the movie.
The anime.
Oh, okay. I was like, the movie good too. It slaps.
That's the Korean Oscar winning movie, right?
Yeah, he wanted some food and some booty. That's all he want. That's why I actually was sad. I was sad when he was getting brutally murdered because I was like, man. He was just like, I just wanted a normal life. I was like, you didn't even want a normal life. You just wanted some bread and booty.
I mean, don't we all want bread and booty?
Is that all we want, bread? Well, yeah, because even bread could be like money. I mean, he wanted that bread and booty. So it was really sad. I didn't expect to be that emotional about it. I mean, it wasn't like super emotional, but I didn't even expect it to really connect with me at all. Because this first episode, I have very low expectations of first episodes. Because I feel like even watching Chainsaw Man, if I wouldn't have been into it, I still would have watched it. Like, because it's only the first episode.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I mean, I told you, I think it was in the last episode, how my anime took a turn and I just went down this hill of horror anime and just blood and gore. And this was kind of feeding that right off the top.
I'm scared.
Like, I'm definitely going to check it out and see what it's giving.
I'm really interested to see about this girl because all of that kind of happened in the first episode. So, I'm just like, I just know I'm in for a ride because all that just happened in the first episode.
I was getting, as far as like chaotic energy from like the trailers and the opening, sometimes the girl that he met at the end is giving me Fooly Cooly vibes.
Yeah.
With the guitar.
Yeah, and kind of Darling in the front, whatever. Like, it's giving that.
In the front.
Yeah, it's definitely giving that. So I'm scared. She scares me. I think she crazy. But I don't know to what extent. Like, is it good? It's crazy, but is it like, I just love you so much crazy? Is it like, I'm sent to destroy everything crazy? Like, I'm just like, what am I gonna, I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little scared.
Well, I'm trying to see what her position is, because to me, it kind of gave off an air that she was leading them, the two guys that were behind her.
Right.
And, she's a small girl in the middle, and, they love this juxtaposition, badass character, this cute, she ain't really little, but this cute woman. But her energy, I'm happy it kind of, I don't know where it's going. Like, she could be this absolute sweet, dope badass, or she could be some kind of like, you're not watching Overwatch, but not Overwatch, you're not watching Overlord, but there's a character named Princess Rennard in it, and she's this sweet looking little princess, but she is just, I'm talking about twisted, sick, sadistic. That's
what I'm thinking. And she like twisted.
This is what she's probably
yeah,
she got a little something underneath.
Because my husband said, is he gonna be her pet now? I definitely feel like it's gonna be like that. Like, you're my pet now.
And that's the thing. Princess Rennard, her bodyguard, this guy named Climb, is in love with her, but all he wants to do is serve her, and she thinks of him as her pet, as her little thing. Like, she has some sick, twisted plans for that man.
Oh, see, that's why I'm like, I'm kind of scared. Like, I just feel like I don't think Denji would care much. I've seen little screenshots, just in passing, but I'm trying to like not get a lot of the story, but I'm just like, what do they got going on? I just, like I said, I know I'm in for a ride and I'm scared. My husband said when he was looking them in the dumpster, it was depressing until they got merged. I was sad when they got merged because I was just like, oh, we're not going to see him again. And hey, Inya. Thank you.
And I was mad that the Yakuza's threat got paid off. He was talking about chopping in little pieces, and he got chopped into little pieces.
It was brutal. It was so sad.
Crazy.
It was crazy. I haven't seen anything that brutal in a minute. So
I'm trying to. So what?
So it was hard. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, I think the parts that I'm the most interested in so far is both seeing how the relationship between this new girl and him unfolds, like what all devil hunter pertains, like entails. Like, like there seemed to be an actual established division, of people. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And also I'm just excited to see all the different type of devils that's about to happen, because we already saw a tomato devil.
Yeah. What was that?
We saw, that was crazy.
Crazy.
Chainsaw devil, and then we saw that zombie thing. Now that was just woof. And that's episode 1. So I'm just really excited to see what we got here, because it's giving me like berserk type vibes of enemies,
and it
could be anything.
It was definitely giving Jujutsu Kaisen too, like cursed.
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely giving that too.
Souls.
So, I mean, I wasn't as like, ooh, Lord, as scared of it, because I watched Jujutsu Kaisen and it's kind of got me a little bit better, because, Jujutsu Kaisen gonna pull some weird ass curses on you. And I just be like, this is strange.
Rika was terrifying when you really think about it. Did you see the movie?
Mm-mm. I still ain't watched it. I started it and I did not finish it.
You gotta watch it.
I know, I gotta watch it. I'm trying to prepare my soul.
It.
I'm trying to prepare my soul so I can watch it.
But there's you'll meet this demon named Rika. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy how savage she is. And I was just imagining, I guess if you're just watching it on TV, it's not really scary, but I was just imagining like in person.
Yeah.
Any
I feel like all the curses on Jujutsu Kaisen are. I remember when I was watching Jujutsu and they had that damn alien baby in the sky or whatever the fuck that was. What was it? The giant baby alien?
The cursed fetus.
The cursed fetus.
The cursed womb.
I was like,
womb. That's what it was.
Because like for me, like you said, I'm imagining like if I was there. Like, could you
walk into school and you look up?
Could you even imagine? Hey, Yibby, welcome to the street. Like, it's just, yeah.
I used to say the same thing about Attack on Titan. Like, there was that one scene that always stuck with me of the scouts in that house, and they're like, their LDM gear or the EDM gear or whatever it's called, ODM. It wasn't working.
Yeah.
So they're just in this house hoping that they don't get spotted by Titans, and he just looks over to the window and it's
a huge eyeball.
Like, can you imagine waking up and looking out your window and you just see an eyeball blinking at you?
Bruh, the Titans nightmare fuel for, so I mean, like you said, that eyeball scene, like they just be smiling and running full abandon. And then like even the first episode, because I think the first episode for me was so terrifying in the sense that you didn't even know this was something you had to worry about. Like when the Colossal Titan pulled up, that was just always like just the thought of being just minding my business, having this terrible enemy that I'm thinking that I at least got this wall and we good, and then this motherfucker just pull up and tear it, like, and then it's two of them. Right, it's just like that will go down in history for me. So I agree, Shy Cutie, that's why it's hard for me to watch scary stuff. I'm so empathetic. I always put myself in the position of the characters and it be tearing me up. But we gonna move on to Bleach. So Bleach premiered as well. So I'm gonna let you start that while I update the title to the topic we're on. So how was you thought about Bleach?
Bleach was another one that I mean, it was just back to back. One came on Monday, Bleach came on Monday, and Chainsaw Man came on Tuesday. And it was just back to back. I really enjoyed both of them. Bleach was good because it's just for the episode of it coming back after so long, it gave you all the nostalgia payoffs.
Hold on one second. Yeah, and Yemi, come back at in probably like 20 minutes. We'll probably be done talking about Bleach. He said he haven't watched it, so he got to come back. Yeah, come back in like 20 minutes, Holy Grail. Okay.
Yeah. I'm wait. Sometimes that X button will be.
You probably already dipped out.
But yeah, it was it gave you all the nostalgia feels that you would want, coming back to it. You want to feel not fully reintroduced, because I hate when somebody want to bring a show back or after a hiatus and they want to walk you through the entire episode, dropping little pieces of what the previous thing. Like we trust me, we watched it plenty of times.
We know.
We probably watched it before this aired.
Right. And that's why I like that last.
Really do too much.
That last sequence was good for that. Like,
yeah,
kind of like a good way to review. In a way, you miss something, you be like, oh, I don't remember that. Kind of like it was like a good review. It was long as fuck, but it was like a good review.
Yeah, give me a little 20-minute ending for the first episode.
20-minute ending. It was so sad when Rukia got killed. You wrong for that, Rashawn. Trying to scare you, Holy Grail to my Rukia died. I wish.
You said I wish. I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be that.
I wouldn't have no feelings. I wouldn't have no feelings about it, to be honest. Renji and Rukia could have had some kind of Naruto type death.
Now you try to kill them all together. You trying to kill them.
I just don't be getting excited when neither one of them come on my screen.
I don't.
And that's like I don't really say that about anybody in the show, really. Like even Orihime, at least there's a hope that she gonna get a new power or something. But Rukia and Renji just be like, Right, what y'all here for? What you doing?
I'm right. I mean, they're not in the squad, so I guess. But I agree. I think they gave us exactly what we wanted, exactly what we needed. For a first episode, it was so much fan service, and I loved it. That's what you need to do.
This new art style I'm such a huge fan.
Yeah,
I'm such a huge fan of it.
Yeah,
it's it's that over the head triangle lighting.
I was finna say, why we the same kind of petty? I was like, this is how you do lights. This is how you do light. Why we so petty?
I kind of want the whole show to be at night. Just I enjoyed those night scenes so much.
The glistens.
The hollows now. The hollows. I don't know if the sound got better or something.
Yeah, the roar in the sound. Yeah.
It just felt so like I love seeing. Can you call it camera work?
The cuts in this episode were god tier. The camera work, like you said, in the transitions they use between cuts. Wow.
Just seeing, I love that shot of the hollows crawling up the building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's that whole 3D camera work, whatever that we're just talking about. The same thing. Shout out to Chainsaw Man in the zombie scene.
Yes.
There was some really good.
Like when the squad was there and they was just all around on top of the building, and it was just like
I got goosebumps.
I was like, yes,
I got goosebumps.
Fan service. Fan service.
Like this actually makes me want to go back to Hugo Mundo, because I want to see that environment, even though it's realistic. I want to see that environment in that art style. Like I want to see so much of what we already seen in this.
Are they gonna keep it up?
Some of the Huh?
Are they gonna keep it this level on every episode? Or is this just special because it's like this the first?
No, they better. You can't tease me like that. You can't do that to me.
The name of the song.
You can't bring this back into the fold.
The name of the song is "Never Meant to Belong," Rashawn. The sad song from Bleach. God, like the scenes with even the traffic light. It was just like from the time the traffic light turned green to red, like that little detail, like the hollow had appeared. Like he was sitting there chilling, just watching the traffic. From the time it turned green or whatever to red, it was just like, or red to green, it was already like the shit had hit the fan, and they was just all there, and it was crazy. Like,
and then the misdirect with these, and I should have known something like that was gonna happen, but I thought they were just throwing these two new Shinigami, throwing them just to the wayside, because they got demolished. Yeah, like when he was looking for his partner and he saw her just limp in it.
I wasn't ready for that. I was like, I don't know why I wasn't ready for that.
Me either.
I was not.
Like,
I guess because she seemed more competent of the two. I was not ready for that.
Once they take away, that's the thing that I love when shows and they just take away what what you immediately would go to as a solution. Just immediately, just erase it, just destroy it.
Right.
But I mean, I had a feeling that as soon as I did see that scene, I didn't think he was really gonna die. The younger, the more scary. I was like, Ichigo's gonna save him or whatever. I just didn't expect her to survive too.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna be dead, which I'm like, they should let her. I'd be liking for people to die. I just feel like it would have established the energy to the, to a heavy, like a real, like, like, oh no, shit's real. Like people dying. Like I just feel like they should have left her dead. Set the tone.
I wouldn't have been mad at that. I do like the type of dynamic that she brings, that it gave me that nice Bleach nostalgia, with the sisters, any of the characters that like to fight a lot. Always like that energy in Bleach.
That's true.
Arguing the fake arguing and stuff like that. But that bed scene.
The bed scene for me was great. He told me, Rashawn said the same thing. Should have established the stakes. He said Genryu size is still a beast. I'm the only security needed. Yes, I just posted a TikTok about that part. Like, he was like, your security dead, bitch, and
hello.
I'm really their security, like, honestly.
Even though I've seen parts of this 1,000 Year Blood War, and I know he was going to survive past this first episode, I still had a little nervousness, especially the way they dispatched his lieutenant. I'm talking about in the blink of an eye.
Right.
But also, that his lieutenant, can we just go ahead and throw him in? Well, he's dead now, so I guess he is thrown in the trash. Mm. But he ain't never provided SHIT to anything in Bleach ever. Somebody correct me. He's never provided a damn thing.
I didn't even recall his face for real. Like, I was just like, who this again?
It's this dapper. But
was he at the Aizen fight?
No. Where was he? You know, like, was he even there?
Does he stay back because Genryusai is the leader? Does he just like, okay, you on the field? No, he might just be like, you on the field, so I must hold it down at the office. Paper still got to be signed. People still got to be put to death. Maybe a lieutenant for the leader has, you know, a different function.
There you go. That makes sense. Because and he ain't saving nobody. He has never saved not one damn nigga. He probably did in that arc where the Zanpakuto came to life, because I remember I was pinpointing who this electric Zanpakuto belonged to. Maybe I was just
hey, but you think it was his?
Wrong. I don't know. I can't remember the order of events. Trying to bring back that filler,
I didn't even finish it. When I realized they wasn't gonna give me what I want, I don't fuck with fillers. I turned this shit off. I'm just saying, because you know what I wanted. Because I wanted it to be that kind of thing. That's what I wanted it to be about, and it wasn't. And I was like, well, I'm not watching this shit. I don't watch fillers. I just go back and read the summary about it. But I did not finish it because I made it was clear. He said, "Why did the squad seem so OP? Like they been working out. Ichigo was doing the most. It was solely fan service.
You did not have to go Bankai for that.
We just Bankaiing on a Tuesday.
Bankaiing on a Tuesday. But it was nice to hear it. Although he did not do my favorite kind of Bankai. I told one of my coworkers, I was like, my favorite Bankai is when he's in the shits, when he ain't got no other solution, and he goes,
yes, he just like
he really go up on that Kai.
I mean, I let it slide because it was fan service. And that's fan service. This man used Bankai on. I'm like, okay, so have the Hollows power scaled where Bankai was necessary?
No. At where Ichigo at, he could have like thumped Grant Fisher from season 1.
Right.
He ain't need no Bankai for that. And if anything, he didn't need to fight at all. Uryu on his own could have cleared all them Hollow out.
That's what I'm saying.
No problem.
Like that's why I was like, okay, this isn't the realm of fan service now. All of this is unnecessary. They had the Beyonce effect, honey. Wind was winding.
Right.
Fire was firing. Silhouettes glistening. I loved it though. It was so over the top.
It was. How do you feel about the villains though? How do you like these new big bads? I'm kind of scared.
My husband said that guy, whatever, is basically an administrator, but he's strong. See, we got the same thing. He's an administrator. He's on an administrative line of duty. Genryusai's lieutenant. Okay. And they can still
real quick, so you can like, what are you basing this word strong off of?
He's Genryusai's lieutenant. Got to be strong.
But like, what do you do?
He's strong in task management.
His organizational skills are
his multitasking skills are up there with Genryusai's power level. Like I'm just saying, like, I would just think that, I agree. You ain't gonna take that little man shine. Well, he dead now. He said they can steal your Bankai. Ichigo said, I put a chain on mine. It's not going nowhere. Plot armor.
Right.
That's
like,
it.
My shit's been gone too many times. I'm good.
But I'm nervous about them. I mean, I knew the guy at the end, whoever he was, the king or whatever, is gonna be a problem. I don't know how much of a problem. I'm scared. I feel like people's heads about to roll. I don't even know what's going on, but I'm definitely scared. The guy who was on his bed who got kicked looked like Mora from Overwatch to me. So that was cute.
When you said that, oh my God, that took me out.
It's true.
No, for real, pinpointed. Long, skinny fingers.
She got the little thing on her face too.
That too.
Yeah, with the little
hair
coat.
almost feels.
Yeah,
It could have been just all you need is a little gel in the right direction, and you got more.
that's what I'm saying. It looked like more, but
perfect.
yeah, It was a nice fight. Like I like that little small fight sequence we got.
It was cute.
It was cute.
I didn't like love it, just because I wasn't even feeling that Quincy's powers. I thought his little hairband of magical balls was a little
Hairband of magical balls.
It was a little underwhelming. It felt like I was like, give me something a little bit more creative than this. Like this, that didn't feel like I didn't love it. Might be a horrendous take, but I didn't really love it. But I did like. I am excited to see the different forms that the other Quincy's powers take, because really we only have Uryu and his dad as any type of a reference for Quincy's powers, and both of those I feel like are really similar.
Right.
So I'm interested in seeing the different forms that they take.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. But also for the first fight, I mean, he was really just trying to taunt and coax Ichigo into that. So it wasn't really. I don't think we even got the full extent of his abilities either, because it was really just like, I'm taunting you to get you to use Bankai.
Now they better not. Well, because I'm just thinking about Critically's comment is like, boy, if the squads can't Bankai, Kenpachi better be used a lot.
Ooh.
But I'm like, they better not make this as no excuse to not show people's Bankais.
Well, no, I mean, but if everybody Bankais get snatched up, and now they're like, because Kenpachi's the only one, like, he don't need no Bankai, bitch. He just gonna use 2 hands. So he would kind of be into some degree like immune to this art, basically.
Oh yeah, he gonna be the cheat code. I'm just thinking about how much I still want to see quite a few people's Bankai, and I don't like to.
I think they'll roll them out just to be yeah, they gonna show them probably just to get snatched up. You probably about to see a lot of Bankais just so them motherfuckers can get taken.
But I don't want to just see the Bankais, because that was my problem with that other season. I don't want to just see the Bankai. I want to see it. I want to see a whole fight fleshed out with this Bankai.
You know, but I feel like this is.
We see a. Well, yeah, I just don't want to see a Bankai get shown and we see a form or a look, and then it gets snatched up. You know, God forbid it gets snatched up and the person die. So we really ain't gonna get nothing.
Okay, well, you finna have your little heart broke, because I feel like this is exactly what's gonna happen. Because if there was ever a way to, like, okay, everybody, it's been a break in real life and in the arcs. So all the captains and everybody should have been training up to get their Bankais and all that stuff. That's cute or whatever. So yeah, when you get in the big fight and the big face off, I feel like people just about to be whipping out their Bankais and they gonna be getting snatched up.
Well,
it's gonna be a little fight
for a little bit before they get snatched up.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You remember how like in the Aizen fight when they like paired off and then you got everybody little fights. You know, this person versus. They probably gonna do that, and then they Bankai gonna get snatched up.
Okay, we'll see. I ain't gonna do too much judgment. I just don't want to disappoint me. Like, I have the highest expectations of Bleach right now, because it feels like they're serving in a bunch of different categories right now, and I want them to keep doing that.
Yeah,
I really do. I want them to keep it up. This should have so much content to be able to flesh out and really provide. You want to talk about fan service? This is your chance. This whole season needs to be fan service.
Well, really okay, this is the evil question we like to ask. Like, we did this with Demon Slayer. So somebody from the squad had to die. You can't pick Orihime. Who would you pick?
Damn.
Who would you pick to go to up the stakes?
Even though I love him, probably Chad.
Damn.
With this whole Quincy storyline, I definitely don't want to see Uryu go. I fully want to see him. If anything, I really want to see Uryu's importance to the story go up a lot in this one, because I really do like his character.
He can't die. Not in the Quincy arc, like. Yeah, but I feel like Chad can die because we're done with the hollow. I mean, we're not done. With the Iron cards. I mean, it's gonna be all. I'm not saying we're done forever, but I feel like he fit cutely over there in that arc, like, as discovering more about him.
Ooh, you know what I just remembered? His dad. Not like I want his dad to die, but his dad has the Shinigami powers. You think he's going to be, like, really assisting in this season, like in this arc?
Ooh, Chad?
No, Ichigo's dad.
Ichigo dad?
Ishin.
Well, Well, if they
at the
kill
end, that's
Chad,
how
then
he
they can have
trained.
more space to do that. So yeah, kill Chad, and then
Chad, bring his daddy in.
I just need somebody to die. He's somebody you can't pick. Orihime. We know Orihime ain't dying. Okay, now she got the healing power. She ain't reached her. We ain't whatever. So I feel like Chad need to die. You think they gonna kill Chad?
I don't know if he need.
He need to die for me.
No, kill off Ichigo's friend from childhood.
Kill off
The
Rukia and
karate girl.
you said kill off Rukia and Reggie.
Yeah, together. You just do it. That'll raise some stakes. That'll get somebody.
I guess so.
You know?
I guess
And
so.
if Chad does die, I'm not gonna lie, I probably will shed a tear.
I mean, it'll be sad. You know, it's anime. They gon' make sure it's dug in real good. They gonna make sure the knife is doing what it's supposed to do. But yeah,
will they kill off somebody? You think? Okay, so do you?
No.
Like bet money on it. You think they'll kill somebody?
no. I mean, it's still shonen. I know. Not in the squad. Not in the
They'll
squad.
kill somebody.
Not in the main squad. That's like will Demon Slayer kill Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu,
True.
or Nezuko? Really?
True.
They're not. So I think they'll kill. My vote is for Rukia and Renji. I hope you get your wish.
Okay, yeah, I'll settle for them. Or kill that one lieutenant. Kill what's the name of the captain of the ninja squad?
The captain of the Ninja Squad.
With she has the Sanpakuto that's like the
You want to
bee-
kill her?
the bee stinger. No, kill her lieutenant.
Why
He's
are you
another one
picking all
that's
these
just
obscure
useless.
lieutenants to murder? What's wrong with you? Leave them folks
They don't do
alone.
nothing.
They
You see how big
administrative.
This cast is. Bleach got one of the biggest ensemble casts. Like,
Well, it is supposed to
wanna
be a
say
war. Maybe they'll blow
show
up the Soul Society, and then there you go. Trim down the cast right there.
yeah, give it to them.
Yeah, you just gonna see a bunch of dead captains and Shinigami laying
I don't
around.
even need to say their bodies. Just show me their broken Zanpakuto.
You know they gonna do that little scroll over. They gonna do that little smoke clear scroll over.
Soy fun.
Soy fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna do that little scroll over with all the bodies laid out. You know, they gonna do that. It'll be cute.
This is gonna be dope though. I'm really looking forward to the strife. I want them to have me in chokehold like that Ichigo for versus Ulia. Like when he turned into the when he turned into his Vasto Lord form. I want them to have me like sucked up like that.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm very excited. So Bleach comes on tomorrow. What time it come on? Cause I watched it like right when it was available, I think. Or was it Chainsaw Man? I think I watched
early, didn't it?
Yeah, I think I watched Chainsaw Man as soon as it went live because I wanted to make a video and get it edited and out within the first day. So I watched it like right away. Same with Bleach. I think I watched it pretty early. So yeah.
I watched both at the same day, so I didn't see Bleach right when it came out. Did I forget it came out? No, I was working, and I was just so caught up in work, and I saw somebody post it, and it was like the eye emoji looking to the side, and it was like Bleach next to it, and I was like, ooh, gotta get on that.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and segue into the topic of the day. I've been changing the name. One, it helps me so much finding my timestamps later. So, and then I like to troll people. Let me go ahead and do that. All right. It's really unfortunate I only get one episode a week. It is. That's tough.
It's
tough.
There's so many shows we can say that about right now.
But I'm glad there's so much to watch. I just need them to I guess because I got good TV after Saturday. Well, nothing don't come on. Well, Spy Family come on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's just Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays be dry. I'm gonna need something to come on right there.
But wouldn't it be fun if we got rid of the binge model? Okay, where we put out every episode at once, and they do something like just give us 2 episodes a week.
I mean, y'all gonna still watch them little 2 episodes so fast and be in the same position where you're gonna be like,
give me a.
I mean, it's really only each episode is really only like 18 minutes of content. Really,
you hurt me when you said that.
I learned that with Demon Slayer because you remember how You all right? Okay. You know how Demon Slayer was. Like, I did not want them episodes going so fast. Me and my husband felt like each episode was getting shorter. We started timing from when the intro song went off to when the episode ended. And we were like, it's only 18 minutes of content. And I was so hurt.
18 minutes.
I was so hurt.
18 minutes. You know how many things you get done in 18 minutes and don't even realize?
Yeah.
Like that's really crucial.
It's not much.
That's horrible.
Which brings us into the topic for today. Most anime is only like 18 minutes an episode, and especially when you have something like Chainsaw Man, for example. Bleach is a little different because Bleach has history. Like, this ain't no new show. Yeah, even if you don't read the manga, you got some experience with Bleach. You know what's up. But Chainsaw Man is a completely new show. And so far in the world, we have 18 minutes of content probably in Chainsaw Man in anime form. So that means if you don't want to read the manga, then that you only got 18 minutes of content. Okay? How do you feel about people who they feel like I have to wake up out of my bed and just say salacious shit about stuff? Like, I'm on Twitter. Yeah, how you feel about it? Like, I see some people say it's not good, it's this, it's this. How do you feel about those kind of judgments?
Y'all know how I feel about it. I think it's let people have fun, let people enjoy things, let people have their moment in the sun. You don't have to pee on everybody's opinion when it comes to something you might not feel the same about.
Right.
You know, you can have discourse and you can talk about it. This isn't a new standpoint for me, but I heard this in one of our anime Slack channels. Somebody was saying that they thought that the Chainsaw was I think it's either 5 or a 6 out of 10, which, I mean, if you had, I don't know, I just didn't 100% agree with his reason as to why.
Yeah.
Because he was saying, like, during the zombie fight, the animation felt choppy or something like that. And like I told you, I'll just watch this fight back before we got on live, and I ain't see no choppiness there. I didn't see no choppiness. It seemed so fluid. It seemed so, like, it's just hard to even sit there and think about maybe a scene or two being choppy when you got so much other stuff going on. You got all this amazing sound,
right? Like
the sound design or whatever you want to call it, or whatever, the sound effects and the music alone is just so it takes you on a journey just listening to it.
I mean, like, that's what I'm saying.
Rip through that zombie flesh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was gory. Like, but at what point is it nitpicking? Because on the same topic, okay, for instance, I have a TikTok and I've been posting, clips from our shows and takes from different ones, and I was talking about Tekken and bad lighting. So I guess somebody could say that's in the same vein. When is something nitpicking to you versus like actual, valid critique of the media?
I think, I'm not saying people can't have their opinions, because, I mean, hello, it would be boring. This would not be a world I want to live in if people can't express their opinions and have conversation and discourse about things. Everything's not going to be perfect. I'm not saying shows shouldn't be held up to a standard where they aren't able to be critiqued, but it's the intention and how you do something. Like if I'm sitting here excited about a show and I'm looking in a forum, I'm looking for other people to have discourse about the show, and I'm hoping that it's with people that like it, so we can pick it apart in an environment that feels like conducive to a conversation. Versus I post something and they go, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. This was bad. This was bad. This was bad. I mean, I think I might keep watching, but like and I'm like, okay. What did you not like about it? And you tell me, and it's just like it's stuff that you just like dug out of your ass.
That's what I'm saying. Because some people, some people definitely gave that same energy, like, oh, you're nitpicking. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. He said Bleach is gonna have no fillers. Thank God. But like, I do think it's some people, like you said, that it's not really that they have critiques of the show. But even still, it's like, okay, it's the first episode. Like, and I didn't see no choppiness one. I mean, there's things that I feel like, okay, this feels like nitpicking because I didn't see it myself, and maybe I could be wrong. I can, okay, maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. There was a lot going on. But to make, it's like you said, it's the energy of it feels like, let me find some people who are really enjoying this. And then like tell them how terrible it is. So it feels like you're just being contrarian.
It's like people that show up to your TikTok and want to talk ish about an opinion that they looked for, that they searched for.
Right.
Like you didn't have to experience this content if it popped up. You could do like the rest of them videos you'd be doing at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just keep scrolling.
You can just keep scrolling.
Especially when you're not looking for a conversation. You just want to come on and shoot your shit and then go away and disappear.
Oh, like the people who want to come in and just say like something about you, or like, okay, you're not giving an opinion. You're just pissed off because my opinion that I gave supporting argument for
details.
Like what it was different from how you felt about it. And especially, I feel like this happens definitely more so on Twitter. For sure, because it's Twitter. It's like, how much can you really get through in a tweet? But I do feel like there are people who their whole existence is just like, let me just say some contrarian shit.
It's the home of the trolls. Trolls live on Twitter probably more than any other social media device out there. But I mean, maybe the truly funny trolls are like on TikTok.
You think so?
Funny ass trolls on there. I think so. I think TikTok got some hilarious ass trolls on there. Maybe because it's the medium and it's more video.
Yeah, that's true. Nah, but people come on Twitter and say wild shit in under 40 characters, 140 characters, and you be like,
let me change that. The more enjoyable trolls are on TikTok.
Right. I definitely can see that. But yeah, I definitely think there's this like, with anime becoming more mainstream, because we talked about this in past episodes, with it becoming more mainstream, we know there's gatekeepers, there's people who can't stand people enjoy anime, and this phenomenon is gonna happen more and more. Like Chainsaw Man had so much hype, like a lot of hype, and I feel like there's some people who are just hype haters.
Yeah, the moment something gets talked about to that extent, there's gonna be people that come out the woodwork wanting to tear it down.
Right.
Like part of another piece of the argument, I think the part that they didn't even really address was, I was saying that like I really like they did a good job, and this is part of your critique of it too, when you were saying that for a first episode you was kind of really invested in Denji. It's that name.
I know. I mean, he is dingy though.
Yeah, but I'm reading people when I say dingy. But yeah, and it did like all of the, granted it was just a lot of sadness, but at the same time it still lets you know what he's been going through, and like unless you're just some emotional person watching something, like how can you not at least feel bad for the character? The fact that this is their situation is so tragic and it's so bleak, and even at the end it's so gruesome and just brutal.
Well, it's because the animation was choppy. They didn't it's like this show only takeaway.
The only thing choppy in this show was that man's body.
Yeah,
that's it.
It was a lot of chopping and slicing. But yeah, where Rashawn said, I'm a bit of a hype hater. So as the in-house kind of hype hater, why do you reject hype? Because I do think it's a personality trait as well. It's some kind of like thing that some people really have.
It's like a defense mechanism. The moment that
you think so,
like, oh, bullshit. Like I think it's like the disbelief that nothing can be this good, nothing can be, which is true. Sometimes there are a lot of stuff that's overhyped. It really is. But at the same time, just because it's overhyped, that's people outside of the show giving it that. So like, take your problem up with the people that's giving it the hype, not the actual show. Let it still be digested in a way that you can appreciate and take it in normally. Separate the show from the hype and just enjoy it in the way that it is meant to be.
Well, I think you kind of pulled Rashawn's card, because he just said, because we know ain't nothing that good. Maybe something is that good. See, that's my kind of thing about it. It's like, is it a negative Nancy kind of thing? Is it a like, I think some people are just like personality. Some people lean to the side of negative. or skeptical, like very skeptical, very
skeptical
like
feels more, because I mean I don't really think of Arshawn as a person that's a negative Nancy. If anything,
not a negative Nancy, but skeptical to the negative side. Well, I guess there's only one way to be skeptical, so maybe not. But okay, maybe high skepticism, which is fine. Like, if you just, like, I can understand you don't have to join the hype train. You don't have to be like, yeah. Like, you could just be like, I'm going to hang back. I'm going to let it, I'm going to watch it. That's like, me.
Listen, you know I live this life. Being a fan of Beyonce, okay? I understand if people just instinctively hear I like Beyonce and don't even want to fuck with me. But Beyonce, leave her alone. Go listen to the music separate from me. You know, ignore me completely.
So why do they? So why can't? No, but no, they can't do that. They gotta, cause like I think it's. Are they wanting to offer an alternative worldview to fandoms? Is it this need to ground y'all a little bit? You think
that could be true? I don't think it's from everybody, because a lot of people that do this are fans of the medium. But there are people I feel like that do that when they don't, I guess, understand the joys that anime can bring.
I heard Twin call y'all joyless, and I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. It could be an issue of just not being able to relate, though. I think, like, it's just say that though. Like, you know, I can't relate. I don't feel that way about anything in my life. So I can't relate to it. It's just this need to attack.
He said waiting in line a week for X, Y, and Z. Like, I do think camping outside for a full week is a little much.
I mean, people do that for Black Friday.
But I'm also not about to drive past a line of people waiting for a week and be like, can they get a life?
Get a life.
God. Like, y'all ain't got nothing to do.
Oh, that's people's favorite thing to say. That's what somebody say. Y'all need something else better to do. Well, bitch, this is what I'm doing. I'm reading this for Phil. This is what I'm doing.
This is what I'm doing.
This is what I'm doing. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're watching me doing something.
Spending your good time judging. That's what you're doing.
You're watching me do something and telling me to do something, but I'm doing something. You not doing anything.
That's a word. And an observation.
I mean, but I guess I can get the contrarian nature, but I just feel like a lot of times I do wonder the mindset of all the contrarians. I'm glad Rashawn said, like, it's just like kind of, I know nothing that good. Well, you don't know, it could be that good to me. Because let me tell you right now, there's some things that I'm like such a fan of. Like, I'm trying to get up in the Disney World Star Wars park, for example. Y'all know one of the only things I love more than anime is Star Wars. When I go in that Star Wars park, of course, I'm not expecting to be inside the movie. I'm not expecting to feel like I'm in the Star Wars universe, but I'm gonna be so happy. Like, it may be that great for me. Like, if I'm truly a fan, it's great for me.
Right. But you know, there's gonna be somebody being here like, okay, so if we're supposed to be in space, why are we like not floating? Why is there gravity here?
It doesn't even feel like I'm really in space.
This lightsaber is not even whirring right. It's going like zzz, it should be going zzz. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Do y'all even watch
this doesn't even feel like a lightsaber. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like maybe you can't relate. Maybe nothing is that good to you, but there are really people who are fans. Like, I'm a fan of Studio Ghibli too. Like, if I can get over to Japan and go to their park, I'm probably gonna cry the whole time and like almost pass out. And then somebody who don't watch the movies could go and be like, okay, it was mid.
Yeah. You take a boyfriend that don't care nothing about anime, but they there for you, and the intake of that experience is gonna be vastly different. But the thing is, just do something else. Just do something else. Just watch something else. Just search something else. Type something else. Like, get into a new hobby. Just figure it out. Because I don't understand the hovering over a situation that you just find so distasteful. And unless it's something like music where you just can't get rid of. Yeah, it's overplayed in every mall you go into and every store.
Yeah.
The same. Like the Break My Soul. I sympathize with people who are sick of that song. Not like I'm sick of it. I love that song. I can right now and sing every word. But I get it because it's everywhere.
And
it's
Christmas,
everywhere. And
like Christmas, like
that's
that.
not your type of music. Yeah, it's not your type of music. You can't get away from it. I get venting and I get even challenging somebody.
Right.
But like in other mediums where you don't have you're not forced to intake this. Like you can block stuff. You can, work to switch up your algorithm, change content the way it's being shown on your internet searches and stuff like that. Like there's stuff you can do to not be able to get this information. So why are you just trying to go out of your way to be negative?
Especially in the age we're in, with a lot of people being content creators or social media is a bigger thing. People are making money off giving their opinions and being hype and riding hype trains and jumping on trends. Like that's a thing now as well. So I think it should be realistic that like maybe what you're experiencing is just a phenomenon of having a world where there are literally people who have millions of followers from reaction videos or whatever. Like that's definitely a whole ass audience. And so I don't know, let me catch up with some of the comments. Sure, you can say that's a bit of a moot point in my opinion. Fanatics will be fanatics and they balance out the opposite end of that spectrum. I guess the naysayers. When people hype, I don't catch a feeling unless they expect me to feel the same. But I will look at people spending the money on them Yeezys. Sideways, I guess. I think we can tell the difference between people being enthusiastic and being rabid fanatics. It's akin to toxic positivity or perky people. Y'all too happy. See, the more you talk, you just telling on yourself.
I was about to say, because he kind of read me a little bit. So that's actually like, you just kind of poked at a little sensitive topic for me, because I've been told like I smile a lot or I smile too much, or in moments where I'm just like, listen, some people I can be very like, I guess, holding a smile or look like I'm about to laugh or something, but I'm just like some people think like, oh, can't nobody be that, because I'm not. Trust me, I'm not just go like happy all this fucking time. Too happy. I know, like even now I can watch back episodes where sometimes you're just talking and there's just this permanent grin on my face. But that's just how I feel in the moment. But have been self-conscious about that in the past, where I've actively tried to change up my disposition or how I was like portraying my emotions in that moment, because I want to like work on an expressionless face.
Quit enjoying this stream.
While you talking.
Quit enjoying this. I mean, yeah, I think that's weird. Which brings me to the next talking point. But can you see Yukin's comment? Can you read it?
Yeah. He said, responding to critically drinking, truth is we need those super fans though. They often provide some of the best content for those of us who are just enthusiastic or base level fans of said specific art. And that is such a good point. Sure, that is a really good point, because a lot of the stuff that you are intaking is from fans, super fans of the media. And don't nobody just get up and start drawing an anime as just something to do. Like, they are passionate about this stuff. If super fans go away, you probably don't got one of your favorite mediums no more.
That's true.
The videos on TikTok that are cracking you up at 2 a.m, those are from super fans, and it's so funny and it's so detailed because they are, so studied in what they are creating. So it's like, it really is a catch-22. And I feel like if it's the same thing, white people and telling black people to go back to your country, baby, if we really left, we truly left, America would be number one, the driest place on America to live.
He said not driest.
The driest. I'm talking about I don't even think humor would have the same connotation anymore.
I mean, we are colorful people, we got a lot of spice. We had a lot of spice. So, I mean, we've seen...
The food would be hot garbage.
We've seen that, when everything was segregated. So, I mean, I think that is a good point. Because like you said, who gonna really put a video essay together? These are these people. And I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, I definitely love video essays, especially about anime. So it's like, yeah, it takes a whole nother level to be like, I have so much to say. I'm putting together a 2-hour video about the breakdown of the show. Word of mouth is most convincing. I tried a lot of stuff because people were passionate, but Renaissance was mid.
Oh, okay. That JK popped up. Okay.
Because I was like, Rashawn lying, because he listened to it on stream. Shout out to Rashawn, because on the topic of that, I was talking about how great I thought it was, and him and Yellow on stream, and they was like, it's not this and it's not that, Beyonce is overrated. And I was like, why don't you just listen to it? Like, instead of just having a knee-jerk rejection of it because all the Beehive is hype and people who not even in the Beehive hype, why don't you just listen to it? So Rashawn had a whole stream. He had a live listening party to the Beyonce album. And he was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna get this to y'all. It's a good album.
I want somebody to really sit here and stare me in my face with an expressionless reaction and not move their body at all through the entirety of Cuff It. Like, how do you get to the part of Cuff It? Like, how do you not doing a dance through that? It's like
so Rashawn can admit when he's, being a hype hater at least. And I just want to see more people like, you can't make an assessment. Like, to see people on Twitter be like, Chainsaw Man's trash, is bad. It's like, it's the first episode. Like, and if you haven't read the manga, like, you really can't make that assessment.
This will all be squashed if I responded to your criticism and been like, oh, what is it? Let's talk about, like, what exactly did you not like about it, like, specifically? Because there's been so many times, Bree, that I've gotten on this camera and had an opinion, and maybe if you had an adverse opinion to it, you explain it, and there has been many a times where you have fully pulled me on your side. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, their opinions shouldn't be 100% just set in stone. Like, it should be malleable. These are the reasons why these conversations get so good, because it makes you think about them in different ways. And if you are a person that's open to that type of stuff, I don't know how that isn't enriching. Like, every time I leave a conversation, any of our conversations are always, I love our conversations, like,
right,
on many different, areas or whatever. But at the same time, I always leave and I'm like, I love talking to Bree. Like, that was such a good conversation. It always feels good. How do you not enjoy that when it comes to something you love, like anime? Like,
right.
Be open to this type of stuff.
And I think it's boring. Like, when you talk to somebody who is a fan of something, it's different. I mean, it's just like the reason me and Twan do Otaku Talk together, because we're like, even though we don't watch all the same stuff, it's like talking to another fan. There's a certain passion there where the conversation can grow and go off into different places, and it's like people can keep up. He said, seriously, it was Twan being so hyped that made me try it. Sure, you can say that Dragon Ball Legends video is the perfect example. They put how many years into that? Was it 10?
I don't even know.
It was something crazy, like 10 years.
It was beautiful though, and you can see it. You can tell, and that's the thing. Like, I love being around people that enjoy something. I love being around anybody that has an appreciation or a love for something where they think about it and it makes them smile. Like, I think about anime and it makes me smile. I think about some music and it makes me smile. Like, you really gotta you gotta have something going in your life where that bothers you. Like, I don't get that. Like, once you see somebody enjoying something and it's putting a genuine smile on their face, do you want them to go home and just cry at night?
Yeah, that's what it kind of feel like to me. Like, it's like I used to do that. Me and my friend used to troll each other. Like, if he had a biscuit in his hand, I would just come slay. I would just walk by and slap it out of his hand. But it was like how we trolled each other. Like,
that's funny.
We worked in a restaurant and they always had these biscuits in the bread maker. So there were copious amounts. You could go get another one, so it's funny. But that's what it be feeling like when people just like, look at you over here enjoying it. Just come by and slap it out of your hand and just be like, this is overhyped. Like, it be definitely feeling like that energy, which is kind of why it's annoying. I don't know. It's just something about it that I think we're more able to read energy than we think sometimes. And so maybe that's what it is. Like, I think you can genuinely tell when somebody has criticism of it, not as just because it's so hype, I'm gonna criticize it, or is somebody just coming to be the or you just coming to have your Kanye moment in the room. You just want to stir shit up for no reason.
But you're gonna do it exactly like Kanye. You're gonna get your opinion out. You're gonna tell me. You're gonna let me finish. You're gonna give me back the microphone, and you're gonna walk away. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you wanted to do the entire time. You never had any interest in hearing what I had to say. You never had any malleability to your thoughts. You just wanted to spout them.
Yeah.
And listen, there's and like you said, there's Twitter for that, and you do that to your followers. Don't go out here adding people.
They do that to your followers.
People into your mess. Just send it out to your followers. They'll get the message and just continue on, because that's your space.
I think some people actually just don't know how to have a conversation though, too. Like, I don't think people know how to have healthy debate. Like, some people, because of it being a fandom, which to Rashawn's point, like, because of it being a fandom, people really put on identity of an anime fan sometimes, or nerd, and they feel personally attacked. And I think that sometimes make having a conversation. I think some of these people, like, especially if you're critical, highly critical, or you just generally have a criticism about something, and you're talking to a fan of it, who, like, this is their person, like, this is something that they really like, it's hard to have conversations with those people. So I do understand that could be why also they kind of come with their energy, because they already expect to be crucified, you know. So I think that's part of it too.
And I mean, there's some people, like you said, there's people that don't know how to have a conversation. There's some people that are just scared of conversation. Like, some people really, they shaking their boots at the idea of really articulating their opinions, because some people also just don't know how to do that. They don't know how to simply sit there and get their thoughts and their points across. I've talked to a couple of my friends and even family members about this, how you can get a point across without having it be so filled with emotion. Like, you've been wanting to tell somebody something for weeks, and the only way you could think to do it is like, nah, remember, bitch, I told you need to start putting out a motherfucking toilet seat. You always do this, but like, when you could say, you know, it's been about like 3 weeks, and I've been telling you about this toilet seat. So, like, here's the options. You can move out, or you can do so, you know,
get out, like, or put this toilet seat down.
There's ways you could be definitive, and
choosing violence
across
route is definitely,
you don't have to always choose violence.
The easy one. Fan versus trend chasers. I think that's the line of annoyance. Okay, so for Rashawn, it's feeling more like trend chasing. I don't trip on red pill dudes that have been hurt, but some dudes are jumping on it with no experience because it's popping, and that's true. I think that's part of the phenomenon, especially, like I said, with like reaction channels blowing up. You can literally, you know, just react to stuff you've never seen or anime, and, you know, as a non-fan, and blow up. I mean, I think that's probably the culture of yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's totally the reaction, especially if the fandom is like you said, the M.I.N.U.T.E fandom is gonna pull up if a M.I.N.U.T.E video is out. So it's kind of the same with the anime fans to some degree. So, like, if a non-anime fan is watching something and has a strong opinion, they could blow up off of that. So I think there's a lot of, like, trend chasing has become the name of the game because of algorithms, because of TikTok, because of YouTube reaction channels. Like, that is, so I think the hype feeling has been exacerbated now more. You know, like I said, with Chainsaw Man, like, everybody was putting out Chainsaw Man video. Everybody, you know, like, I can see that being annoying, but I think that's where we are now.
But you also have to look for that.
You have to what?
You also have to look for that. You also have to type in.
So you like part of it in a way, and then complaining about it. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah, like, if it showed up to you, that means you part of this algorithm in some way.
Right, in some way. And I could understand it being oversaturated with, like, if like you really aren't interested in that and that's what it just kept feeding you, I can understand being upset about that or whatever. But to still click on it and then go to it and then to spout hate and all that type of stuff, it makes very little sense.
I mean, I think that's why the gatekeeping thing comes up.
Yeah,
it feels like gatekeeping to some degree, to say, oh, you just trend surfing or trend riding.
What other I know we just talked about, because I've heard a lot about this about Chainsaw Man, and I didn't hear as much about Bleach. For the most part, Bleach has been universally, you know, enjoyed by everybody for the most part that I've seen, that I talked to about it. But what other animes do you think gets that treatment, like when it comes to animes being overhyped, or maybe even one that's still like not getting its credit it deserved because it got overhyped? Is there any that come to you that you could think of?
Something that's overhyped?
Like Chainsaw Man. This was
like, I feel like Chainsaw Man is to a crazy degree. Like, I almost haven't seen anything quite like this.
I'm a little nervous for Solo Leveling.
Solo Leveling, yeah, that one's gonna be,
because I'm actively part of that hype train. So I get it if y'all ain't liking me when I talk about Solo Leveling, because when I tell you I'm so excited, it would be different I think that also a lot of it is when people are coming with these hype type mentalities about something, and it's the people that haven't seen it, so they really don't have that basis whether it's justified or not. So they're living in that mystery for however long until the thing comes out. You know, I wish people that really had these strong feelings about the type of hype situation would, like, if you're interested in that that medium, is to check out the project and really see and have an opinion on whether it is overhyped or not, because
it makes me interested.
People I hear, it makes me interested too. A lot of people that I hear talk about Chainsaw Man and it being overhyped are people that haven't read the manga or haven't, you know, they don't really know whether it is or not, and they watch this one episode, like you stated, these 18 minutes of screen time that they had to pack at least a good introduction, which I feel like they did in 18 minutes, because there's a lot of times where somebody's talking to me in person for 18 minutes and I really don't give 8.
Tekken Bloodline had a trash ass first episode. Like, there's ways, like, outside of the ugly animation, like the Tekken Bloodline first episode was absolutely terrible. I felt no connection to anything that was happening.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's if they wanted to make it a video game, they should, because they ain't like I'm ever emotionally connected to the Tekken characters in the game. So I guess they did do a good job.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, but there's like all these traumatic things happening for him in the first episode, and I had no connection to it. So like, that's why I said it. I have respect, because I didn't expect to connect with it at all, because it was the first episode. You know, I kind of just figure, okay, it's all right. Am I gonna watch episode 2 or whatever? And I probably would have regardless. But like, let's be real, world building episodes, first episodes are often not the strongest. Like, unless they come in with a bang, like Attack on Titan. So yeah, I mean, like, I think that it was not the worst, but it's just, I don't know. It just would never be weird to me. It's just weird to me to be in such a rush to give a judgment on something that hasn't even had a chance to really. But like you said, like, if I see the fandom is hype about it, I Solo Leveling, because it's so hype, like, I'm curious about it. I went and looked at a little bit of it because I'm like, everybody's so hyped for this. Like, I kind of want to see what's coming. Sometimes if it's close, I won't really look into it. I'd rather just go for the ride blind. But if it's wild, if it's a ways away, I'll kind of look into it. But I was gonna say, the only other anime I could think, I can't think of like a new anime, because I feel like Demon Slayer didn't have hype behind it. Like, it got hype over time.
Yeah, like that was something where the evidence was already out there. Evidenced by the anime, I mean, like, episodes were being filmed, and like it really popped off when, you know, like that one fight with the spider demon. Rui. Yeah,
I think that was his name.
I think his
name was
Demon Slayer was really popping.
I don't know what his name was.
I thought it was R-U-I, right?
Maybe the little white hair people, but yeah, it did pop out off after that, and then it was on Netflix, and that's when I actually finally watched it. Sure, you can say that Tekken episode was very bland. So yeah, I think Chainsaw Man, to me, like, I know, like, in certain sub genres, like, people who love the manga are always pretty hype about something coming out. But I do feel like the Chainsaw Man hype has been across the board crazy. I'm just trying to think of something that, because you always get your announcements throughout the year of new stuff coming out, and the fandom, the fans of the anime be hype. But I'm just trying to think of something like this much hype.
Yeah, I think this was the one that had a lot of it for a good long minute. I can't really think myself of any ones besides like Solo Leveling that really.
That Solo Leveling might be the next one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When that gets dropped, when they start releasing trailers for that, I think it's gonna go wild. It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, but is it newer because of the reaction culture? Because even the whole reaction channel phenomenon really has blown up in the past.
Well, yeah, because people want to get their opinions out immediately so they can get the traffic, so they can get the clicks. But when you do that, you don't give yourself enough time to process, especially these people that aren't really crazy fans of anime. So I know you're not taking in all the nuances. I know you're not taking in the themes. I know you're not picking up on the subtleties and the Easter eggs and the foreshadowing that's taking place and all that type of stuff.
That brings another point.
You're not really digesting it. You know,
that's been another point. I've been hearing that complaint a lot now, actually, on Twitter and TikTok. that because of the oversaturation of these reaction channels, you're not getting deep breakdowns, or because like you said, people just want to, I gotta get it, I got knee-jerk reaction. What was my first thought? It's not.
There are channels that do it. Shout out to Anime Balls Deep. I love that
I love that
YouTube
name.
channel. I love it because they do deep dives. They go balls deep into each episode or the manga. And when I tell you, they had do some comprehensive breakdowns, theorizing. Like and on top of that, it's just so funny. It's
like New Rock Stars for Marvel content, and like I love New Rock Stars. They do that with movies, not anime, but the breakdowns. They gonna freeze frames. They slowing it down. They circling the Easter eggs. Right. They reading the lore. They like it's. I love channels like that.
Yeah, Emergency Awesome. They
Emergency Awesome.
It's not anime. That's not anime. He's not anime. I was actually following him for a long time. I remember. Do you watch his content?
Yeah.
I miss his old sign off, like way back in the day when he first started. He always kind of gave me like an awkward personality, but he would end every video with "Okay, bye."
Right. No, he does have which I love it. Like maybe he that's like his thing. Like maybe that's just his personality because he always comes off here like awkward, but he probably like sees everything. Like he just seems like neurodivergent maybe or something like that. I love his channel. Live action Cowboy Bebop was super hype and it was a letdown. Yeah, live action Cowboy Bebop did have a lot of hype. I mean, at this point, like Netflix be coming out with anime movies, and I don't know if they have good hype, but it's just like a lot of eyes on it. Because you remember they made.
It's such a.
I was gonna say, you remember that terrible Death Note movie? You said you never saw it.
Yes.
Did you see it?
No, wait. Talking about the one where, the live action one
with the black L.
Oh wait, no.
You said you didn't see that one.
Not that one. I saw the Japanese one.
No, not the Japanese one. Talking about American.
Yeah. No, I did not see Black L. Not like I'm like, because anytime like I want to give that, I want to give any. It's like the Little Mermaid. Like I love that Ariel's black.
Yeah.
This, I don't know. Like I don't, and it feels like anything I feel like I would say kind of feels hypocritical. But I think maybe because I actually don't like no, it just feels hypocritical because the things that I love from L kind of like it's just I won't accept another version.
My main issue with it was making it American to some degree was problematic. Because you're like, his name is Kita. Like, you're just keeping the Japanese names, but it's like Killer. Like, it's really Kita. But it's like in Japanese, they don't have the L, so it's the R's, and that's why his name is Kita. So you're taking it to American, and like maybe that's the me thing. Like I am one of those people who pay it. I was like, I pay attention to that stuff. So I was like, well, if this is in America now, his name wouldn't be Kita, it would be Killer. But like but his name is still Kita. But we in America, like just little stuff like that, just be fucking with me. I'm like that. I feel like that was wrong to move it into American story. Like it was like problematic.
Even been. Do you think you would have been? This might be a bad take, but I think that I would have enjoyed a live action version if they weren't trying to recreate 100% the same characters and stuff. Like this was the same premise. Like the one thing they would have definitely need to keep is Ryuk, but they could have gave different versions of what happened. Like the book still gets dropped,
but
somebody
then
still
at the
picks it up,
same
and we go
time,
on that journey of
Shinigami is a Japanese concept. I just be having problems. I just be like, this does not translate to American media. Like you said, it would just take some work to translate it over, but I feel like they don't translate it. They could just do the work.
They could do that because you could just create a demon or something that has ownership of this book. It doesn't have to specifically be a Shinigami. I'm just saying that I would not mind seeing a Japanese remake of that in English, but not trying so hard to recreate some of these characters that I do love so much. And that's why I said it feels like a hypocrite, because that's what the white folks say about Ariel.
No, I was actually very excited about Lakeith Stanfield playing L because I feel like he has the capacity to play L. Like Lakeith Stanfield plays weird. He's weird. Like he can.
I don't know, but I watched it. I watched the trailers and stuff, and it wasn't giving me what I wanted from it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was disappointed because, I mean, well, I watched the movie, so like I was excited for his casting because, you know, he had done Atlanta and he had done like little side projects, and he always he always leans into those like just not, and I was like, he could kill it, like, but I think I was kind of like in my head how they would, but it was just, it didn't feel like they really utilized him to his capacity to really pull that off. It was just like, okay, what was the point of it? Like, it just was like, well, if you're gonna cast Lakeith Stanfield, lean into the weirdness, lean into the, you know, like, lean into it. He can pull it off, but they just did it, and it was just like, okay, so that was pointless. That was stupid.
Yeah, and I feel, and that's an argument that feels like it has, you know, substance behind it. You can back it up. You can point out what exactly is.
It was terrible though. It was terrible. Misa. It was just all of it. It was just terrible. Like, it's like when we had that conversation about appropriation, and I was like, so much of what makes anime is Japanese culture, and like to see them try to yank it out of Japan and be Americanized, but keep all the Japanese cultural references. It was giving period, but Japanese.
Damn. Yeah. Yep. How do you say period in Japanese? I really want to do that now.
But people say that's nitpicking, so maybe I'm one of those nitpicky watchers. But for me, I be thinking about stuff like that because I really just love anime, and I don't need anime to be anything different. I don't need anime. I mean, it's got some problematic areas. I ain't talking about them, but I don't need anime to be anything other than it is.
Yeah.
Can we stop? Netflix is doing great with anime. Just stop making anime movies, though. I'm gonna need Netflix
we can chill out,
to leave it alone. They haven't made one good one yet.
And that's the thing, because it's not like that's what made all of the beginning live action so exciting, or so like excited to see how they were going to do it, or they were going to do it, because we want to see the stuff that we are obsessed over in anime in real life, what it would look like if we saw it in real life. That's the dope concept, but it's just time and time again we've been so let down.
They always take it to
Dragon Ball Z.
Which one? The one with the white boy?
Dragon Ball Z. Yes.
that movie don't even exist in my mind. I mean, they couldn't even act right with Avatar: The Last Airbender that was made in America. They couldn't even act right with that. Well, that was M.I.N.U.T.E, but I'm just saying, like, Americans get their hand on media and just be like, you know what, this needs. No, it don't need nothing. I just need to be hired to be in a room. Yeah, I just need to be hired to tell them not to do it. Don't do it.
Bring out my Purell on that one, because I felt dirty the moment you mentioned that.
Why?
I felt so dirty the moment you mentioned Avatar: Last Airbender, because that is trash at its finest. That was disrespectful. I think that was made on purpose to piss off Avatar fans. I think his girlfriend or something liked Avatar before that, or something.
That's the theory you gotta go with. Hated senpai killer.
You can't actively. What's up, senpai? Oh, senpai killer. You strong. There's just no way that you could have made that movie and just felt like this is it.
No, it's M.I.N.U.T.E, so I'm sure he felt great. He felt great. No, it's M.I.N.U.T.E, so he felt great. I know M.I.N.U.T E was like, I killed it. It's fine.
Yeah, you found out though. Boy, did you find out.
Do you think that we're going?
His career was over after that.
I would agree, but I was gonna say, do you think that we're going into an area of hyper criticism because of reactions to anime, and like everybody has to find their way to stand out?
Of course, everybody, and that's and it kind of leans into also the whole thing of like getting your opinion out there, because you hear so much of it from other sources. So I guess, representation. You want your opinion to be out there. Granted, I bet you, if you don't say nothing, there's going to be somebody else too, so you could probably keep it. But yeah, though I think, and plus seeing other people I have this problem, and this kind of what made me want to start some form of a reaction channel, because sometimes you'll go on sites where, or YouTube channels where somebody off like casually watching something that they maybe aren't huge fans of normally, or like people listening to Beyonce for the first time, or people watching Attack on Titan for the first time, but they're not really like invested in anime. So during their reaction, they're looking at other stuff, they're missing key points, they're really not bringing up great things happening, they're talking about random stuff. So you sitting here as a fan of somebody critiquing your stuff like, oh my god, I could do this so much better.
That's
you know
true.
What I mean,
that's true.
like,
Sorry, my kids was cutting up, but
no, you good, girl. I was trying to keep it going when I'm talking.
No, but I really like that last little part you said. Say that again.
That's like you see these people when it comes to mediums that you love, and you see people talking about it like, you know, kind of semi-casually, not really putting much emotion or effort into it, and you think to yourself like, I could articulate this a lot better, or I need to get my opinion out there, but it's just how you do it. Like my version of that was to put up a YouTube channel and make reactions, and I didn't drop any names like, yeah, I made this because C42B Anime Watcher just is trash, and these are my opinions in contrary to his.
I think you just pointed out why it's annoying to me though, because they do come after people who like, I love it so much, I'm so hype about it, I'm so excited, I like literally filmed myself and I put these talking points together and I went through all this effort to make it, and then they don't have their own thing. Like, hey, check out my reaction, or check out why I don't like. It's like you just go you live in the comment section of people who doing the legwork. That's
the point.
You're sad. Like you just live in the comments. Like it's so like, if you don't, I'm not gonna say get a hobby, maybe that's your hobby, but it's just like, it does feel like you said somebody was the change they wanted to see in the world. Like I'm really about to be out here reacting to the interview with the vampire, because I've been looking and I am not satisfied with what I found so far.
But what's out there? Right. That's how you do that. That's exactly how you do that. But you don't have to at the person.
No, and because sometimes it's not a bad reaction, it's just not what I'm looking for. It's not who I want to see react to it. It's not the lingo and the, you know, spiciness I like when I watch people react to stuff. And so, you know, most of the audience, okay, it's cute, but it's like, girl, I'm trying to see somebody like me who talk like me react to it.
I want to watch more Adrian expressions.
Right.
Watch somebody who enjoys my medium but is just as ratchet as I am.
Yeah, I want the ratchet commentary. So yeah, so we're going into this hypercritical area. So for you being a content creator who reacts to things, like, how do you feel like, because you're in this, like you're part of this conversation, like, does that change anything for how you move? Like, have you taken upon yourself to be like, well, you know, whenever I get to where I want to be, like, do I see myself being those really like an emergency awesome, or like just a video essayist in a way of like, just really like, what do you see yourself in the reactionary niche?
It's definitely not. It's never going to be an anime balls deep. It's never going to be an emergency awesome, because these people, I'm talking about research. I could look up stuff on House of Dragons for days, and I feel like I still wouldn't have the in-depth information that emergency awesome can put out in a video. Mine is I feel like it's more of that vein of like an Adrian expression, where it's somebody that you like. I just wanted to feel like fun conversation that you would have with your friend watching an anime. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what I want when I look at reactions. I just want to see you enjoy it. And what's your genuine reaction while you're watching it? Like, how do you feel? You know, go into those type of things and make me laugh too. And definitely make me laugh.
Yeah. And that makes sense, because I always struggle with like, you know, people want to see the live reactions, because for me, I'm more new to the reaction thing. But people want to see you like.
I love the way your reactions go though.
Well, but people like want to see. They're like, well, I want to see the whole thing. I want to see you sitting there watching it, and it's just, I'm like, I don't get it. That's not what I look for. Like, I don't care to see the person at the moment reaction. I just kind of want to hear their thoughts about it, like after they watch it. But
so
people
you're
like
it. Are you a type of person when you get somebody to watch a movie that you've been dying for them to watch, will you like looking at the corner of your eye at their reaction?
No, because for me, I've always picked up that I feel like I don't watch movies like regular people. I don't know, like I don't know.
Like how do you watch a movie?
Like the way I think, I feel like my mind, like there's this phenomenon they say, they call it like a Christmas tree brain, where like your brain, like the impulses, it lights up, and then there's thoughts, like, and it's like a thought thing, and like your brain explodes with thoughts, and it's like it happens all at once, and they say it looks like a Christmas tree because all the lights go off, and like I definitely feel like I experienced that.
So what,
like often,
like, do you think that distracts you? Like, is it, I'm trying to see, like, so are you saying that like distracts you from watching a movie the same way as another person? Like,
yeah, no, I think I could just connect. What does that do
for you while you're watching a movie?
I think I look at a movie in a lot of different ways at the same time. Like, so it's often like I can really like stuff a lot because even if like for instance, Nope, like Jordan Peele's movie Nope. Like people watching, they're like, it wasn't that great, like whatever. But for me, I'm not just watching it for the linear story. Like I'm often watching it from a spiritual way, a symbolic way, a thematic way. What are the themes? What are the symbolism? What is the foreshadowing? Like I'm looking at all of that at the same time. And so I feel like a lot of times it's kind of like subpar. Like I feel like most people's reactions are, like, for me, I don't even.
Oh, I got you.
I was like, we not the same. Like, even if I show people, I'd be like, I love this movie, and they'll be like, for instance, there's this movie I love called Running Scared with Paul Walker. It's like an older movie, and the cinematography in that movie is amazing. And then, like, when people watch it, they're like, I like the movie, but then people don't articulate it well, I think. Like maybe they experience it, but they don't know what they're experiencing, so they don't say anything about it or they don't articulate that. So like I just don't, like, for me, I'm not saying I'm great. I'm not reviewing other people's reviews, but I'm already in this mental space that like people don't watch movies like me. So I just kind of be like, you know.
Well, no, that's completely valid because even me, when I look back in like my opinions about certain anime and then I get into conversations with other people, that's, I would even say, a little bit more passionate. And they, you know, I realize the stuff that I didn't pick up while talking to them, you know?
Yeah.
And I can imagine making like really getting into it heavy and doing a lot of reviews to where I could miss a lot of, and I mean I do that all the time actually, regardless of the medium. I miss stuff completely. Stuff goes over my head all the time. So that would be, I would say like a self-conscious, not a self-conscious thing. Yeah, like a self-esteem thing I think I would have after like getting pointed out so much stuff that I would have missed.
No, but like I don't think it's, I actually don't think it's normal. But that's why for me, like reactionary content is hit or miss, because when somebody notices the things, and like you say, like I'm not a reader, for instance. So like sometimes like with Interview with the Vampire, I haven't read the books. So like even to some degree, there's people who have read the books who react and they're like, oh, this picture in the background, like, okay, yeah, like give me more information if I love it. And I'm gonna miss that stuff because I didn't read the book. So like there's that stuff that I really do like, and that's why I like Emergency Awesome and like those other channels. I'm not finna go read them damn books. I'm not finna do it. But as far as my husband said, he remember me loving the movie, the stuff I look at and what pulls me in, like I see the whole thing. And so typically, I just know most people, I think it's an artistic maybe viewpoint is the best way.
Yeah.
And I don't think most people have that eye for artistic. Everything is much like balance and compositions and like color theory and cuts and like all that stuff. I don't think most people watch movies like that. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, unless, especially if that doesn't interest you, like if you're a person that like to watch movies for the boom pow, that's what you're gonna talk about,
right?
It's gonna be the action, and then it's gonna be cut short. It's gonna be a nice little 5-minute review.
Right. But you like Michael Bay movies? We all know we here for it. Give me the explosions.
Right. Right, but I do like, as far as personally what I like, I think I do like the combination of in-depth and humor. Like, give me the research, give me the studied. That's not what I'm gonna give you, but that's what I like watching. I like that type of stuff.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if people like how they're not.
I straight up just like the humor. If I'm reviewing something and it's nothing but jokes, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's why I love Adrian. I love Kev on Stage too. He does his comedic reviews of House of the Dragon. I like that too. If you would just be funny and have some crazy ass commentary about it, like, I think that is great. So I hear Rashawn calling me highly critical. He's trying to say it in a nice way.
Are you reviewing people's reviews?
That makes sense. You have a high sensitivity to detail. It's hard for you to respect broad views. I feel like you calling me highly critical. Have you explosions, how you elevate? Yeah, he had a thumbnail and I was like, I don't know if you want critique, but these letters need to be bigger than these letters. You need to change this to this color and you need to darken the back with the vignette. Sorry. That's me. Oh. I'm sorry. So like I start to feel weird. Like when I watch other people reaction, I be like, okay, so I'm a little, reaction videos has made me, I'm a little strange. I'm a little off. And that's okay.
But that's why you need to create your content, because the thing I love about the internet and the thing I love about these communities being formed around these people on the internet, finally internet people getting their shine and everything.
Right.
Is because you find these communities and you realize that you're not the only one that has these idiosyncrasies, these viewpoints, the things you like in anime that you think you're the only one that likes. You find these communities of people who do. You can say the oddest shit sometimes about your life on the internet, and there'll be somebody that resonates with it.
Them the best tweets. Telling you. Just say some weird shit on Twitter.
You're just like, oh, yeah.